You're welcome back. This is still Gozi Accounting Academy. You recall that in our previous lecture we looked at cost apportionment, overhead cost apportionment. We see situations that give rise to cost apportionment. Today, in this lecture, we're going to look at basis for overhead apportionment. You recall that when it comes to choosing the appropriate basis for apportionment, it's a matter of judgment. And in making that judgment, you need to exercise caution because you need to consider the exact situation of the company and the exact circumstances. So in determining the basis that will be fair for sharing the cost among cost centers. Now, let's take some examples here. We want to take two examples of basis for apportionment. The first example we have here has to do with floor space. Floor space can be used as basis for apportionment, and it is used in some cases for things like rent and rates. You remember the illustration I gave you of a company that has two departments, one a supermarket and the other a bakery. Now, they are paying a bulk sum, say $5,000 per year for using the warehouse. Now, using floor space as basis for sharing this cost would mean that they will now calculate the floor space occupied by the bakery and then floor space occupied by the supermarket and then share it according to the floor space. So, and that is the rent. So that would be a very fair basis for handling that cost. Another example of the cost that can also we can use for floor space to handle is costs like lighting and building depreciation. Can also use floor space to determine this. Now, let's look at the second example of basis for apportionment. The second example here has to do with a number of employees. When can we apply this? For instance, cost of running a canteen. You know, canteen, the employees go there to eat. The cost of a canteen can be shared to the cost centers. How? On the basis of number of employees that go there to eat. So, like still in that example of a bakery and a supermarket in one house, assuming that they have a canteen and both of them share it. So you now need to share the cost of running the canteen. You can consider how many employees. Assuming that the supermarket has 5 employees, while bakery has 15 employees. You now discover that you need to share the cost of the canteen according to the proportion, the number of employees. So 5 divided by 20 times the actual cost, which is $5,000, will go to the supermarket, while 15 divided by 20 times $5,000 will go to the bakery. So in that order, you are using the number of employees to determine the cost as basis for apportionment. Now, that is about cost apportionment. In our next lectures, we are going to look at cost absorption. Bye for now. Remember that this is still Gozi Accounting Academy. Remember to like our videos and to continue to follow us.